Look at me, I'm
Which NFL teams are positioned to make the playoffs after Week 12? How are the seeds looking for the current division leaders and wildcard hopefuls? Based on the standings and taking into account tiebreakers, here are how things are looking in the AFC and NFC. Week 12 NFL scores highlights NFL playoff picture. AFC No. 1 seed, Steelers 92 first place. AFC North. Pittsburgh Steelers hold the conference record tiebreaker for the No. 1 seed after its win over Green Bay on Sunday night, which followed New England's win over Miami earlier in the day. What's left versus GB at CIN versus BAL versus NE at Howe versus CLE No. 2 seed, Patriots 92 first place. AFC East. New England crushed Miami to keep the pressure on Pittsburgh. The top seed looks like it's coming down to the two teams' Week 15 matchup at Heinz Field. What's left at BUF? EMEA at Pitt versus BUF versus NYJ number 3 seed, Titans 74 first place. AFC South. Tennessee rallied from disaster in Indianapolis to win, and it also regained the division lead with Jacksonville losing, given it won there earlier this season. What's left versus How at Ari at SF versus La versus Jacks No. 4 seed, Chiefs 65 first place. AFC West. Kansas City stays here after its latest loss to Buffalo at home. But now the Chiefs' division lead is down to only one game over both the Chargers and Raiders, both winners in Week 12. What's left at NYJ versus Oak versus Lack versus Mia at Den No. 5 seed, Jaguars 74 first place. AFC South. Jacksonville was upset at Arizona and tumbled back into the wildcard position, but the Jaguars still can win the division, with the rematch against the Titans looming in Week 17. What's left versus IND versus C versus How at SF at 10 Steel. Can Jags trust Blake Bortles? No. 6 seed, Ravens 65 second place. AFC North. Baltimore got back up here by beating Houston on Monday night. It holds the tiebreaker over Buffalo after improving its conference record to 53. The remaining schedule, minus a trip to Pittsburgh, is very favorable to stay here. What's left versus Det at Pitt at CLE versus IND versus CIN, who's right behind 7. Bills 65-8. Bengals 56-9. Chargers 56-10. Raiders 56. Buffalo still has the best chance. Cincinnati doesn't have a division outlet. Los Angeles and Oakland's best bets are winning the West. Who's barely alive? 11. Jets 47-12. Dolphins 47-13. Texans 47-14. Colts 38-15. Broncos 38. New York and Miami have been free-falling for a while. Houston joined them on Monday night. Indianapolis and Denver could use the company. Who's out? 16. Browns 0-1-1. The Browns need 6 wins to get a wild card. Unfortunately, they have only 5 games left. NFC No. 1 seed, Eagles 101 first place. NFC East. Philadelphia keeps rolling toward the No. 1 seed after another 28-point victory, this time over Chicago. What's left at C at La at NYG versus Oak versus Dell number 2 seed, Vikings 92 first place. NFC North. Minnesota refused to give Philadelphia any breathing room with a big win at Detroit on Thanksgiving. It's now also a full game up on New Orleans, which it also defeated in Week 1. What's left at ATL at Carr versus CIN at GB versus G number 3 seed, Rams 83 first place. NFC West. Los Angeles beat New Orleans to stay ahead of Seattle in the division and also jump up a spot with a head-to-head tiebreaker it just earned. What's left at RE versus Fi at C at 10 versus SF No. 4 seed, Saints 83 first place. NFC South. New Orleans with its loss in Los Angeles not only fell out of the 3rd seed, but it got itself into a virtual tie with Carolina for the division lead and now is also only 1 game ahead of Atlanta. The Panthers are next. The Falcons are still up twice. What's left versus Car at ATL versus NYJ versus ATL at TB. Number 5 seed Panthers 83 second place NFC South. The Panthers stay here after beating the Jets as the top wild card despite pulling even with the Saints because they lost to them earlier at home. They get them on the road next week. What's left at No versus Min versus GB versus TB at ATL. Number 6 seed Falcons 74 third place NFC South. The Falcons stay here after beating the Buccaneers ahead of Seahawks, whom they beat in Week 11. What's left versus Min versus No at TB at No versus Car Marvez. Falcons hitting stride at perfect time. Who's right behind 7? Seahawks 74-8, Lions 65-9, Packers 56-10, Cowboys 56-11, Redskins 56-12, Cardinals 56. Seattle has the only legitimate shot here at the moment. The other teams are fading in divisions in which the leaders are pulling away. Who's barely alive? 13. Buccaneers 47-14. Bears 38. Tampa Bay and Chicago lost in Week 12 to get on the brink of elimination. Who's out? 15. Giants 29-16. 49ers 110. San Francisco was officially eliminated with its loss to Seattle. New York won't be returning to the playoffs after making it last season.